I know that for anyone who's gonna jump in, that I know that RTP server went off this morning. Uh, I'm actually gonna create the plan for the new app, uh, just for a little bit. What's up, Dead Flame? What's up, Dead Wolf? Welcome, welcome. So I'm gonna talk about a new app idea. We'll see. I think it'll be on the back burner for a little bit, but I just want to get some ideas out, as I mentioned it in one of the Discord servers, and I don't know. Well, it triggered a lot of conversations around marketing and stuff. Um, so the new, um, and then maybe I don't think I'll work on my RPG Maker game. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, but maybe I'll just get back to Unity, the Koitsugi game. I'm gonna start a new project, and I know I need to stop making new projects, but I just want to get these ideas out and like written down. And so this one is it's gonna be a social media app. For like just video games. So I don't think there's enough. I don't think social media does its job for like indie games. So, and it gets harder and harder. I've noticed it. It seems like it's harder and harder to find indie devs on Twitter and Instagram, where it's just you either see an ad for an indie game, or maybe you just go to the usual spots. Like you see it on Steam, you see it on some Steam sales, you see it on itch.io, and you don't get to like look, unless you jump on itch.io or Steam and you go like digging around for games. You don't get to see the games get developed. So I don't know what to call this one. I'm just gonna say GD app. We're just gonna come up with ideas. I think I'm gonna like design this out. Connect the space. I don't know. Oh, I don't think I have any projects. That's okay. I don't think that's it. Oh, Confluence. I was wondering if there was like a... Oh, you know what? I forgot to shoot. Stream elements and the stream stuff doesn't get triggered if this stuff's not on. But I was gonna see if there's like a whiteboards in here, like an app. I don't know if there is. At least I'm looking for a free one. What app? Bro, in your server, man, in the rarely typical player server, I'd mentioned it this morning. I was like, oh, I have this app idea for make like it's gonna be like Instagram, it's gonna be like TikTok, where it's just game devs, right? It's just game developers posting their stuff like a devlog, and gamers, people who want to like look for, yeah, the RPG. It wouldn't just be RPG dev app, but yeah, that I guess triggered a bunch of different conversations in the channel this morning, and I know you're probably just catching up to that because I was up early this morning. But oh, here's Canva. So it triggered a lot of conversations about marketing and what indie devs do, what they don't do. Is the app gonna be useful? Things like that. And so, yeah, I'm gonna get this. This might be a good app. It's got low stars, but I know Canva's good. Yeah, and so the idea is it's like Instagram, it's like TikTok, but just for game developers and for gamers, right? People who want to see indie games. And so, and like maybe there's like some criteria to that, but for now, like, we're just gonna come up with ideas. Yeah, and well, did you get to read everything this morning, D7? Did you get to read? I know there was probably 100 or plus messages in the Discord this morning. Where's the app? Where'd it go? But yeah, like, so, sorry. So if you didn't get to read it, yeah, the, but right now I think the priority is getting game devs, right? And, what the, and yeah, and then the gamers just follow, right? Like, people who, there's plenty of people, and then you get them in front of, like, Markiplier, right? And get them, say, hey man, use this app. Like, let us know what you think. And you just like market it to people. There's plenty of people like that, right? That play RPG Maker games, that play indie games, that have thousands of followers. And, but once it's like ready, I don't know what happened to that. I thought I installed it and it's not here no more. Okay. I might just jump to... Did I not just get this? I don't understand. I don't use apps on Jira that much. It does not look like... Oh, because I don't own this. Shoot, I forgot. I gotta go, hold on. I gotta sign up. I gotta re-sign in my... That's why I'm not the admin. I wonder if I can do it from my phone. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta sign out and sign in as my other account. Because that's my Blind Cat account too. And I get notified of it. Give me 1 second. Let me try to figure out what happened here. Why did it go to my other account? Build a new app. No. Sorry, guys. App requests. Is this it? No, because I have the app already. Well, it's not looking good. Alright, I might just use, like, whiteboards or something. Maybe I actually have to go get Canva. I thought I was going to install, like, Canva on here. I just want something in Jira, though. But sorry, I know. So the idea is that it's a social media app for game devs to broaden their scope outside of their friends and friends of friends, right? We see it all the time. Like a lot of indie devs, they don't market right. They struggle to market, and no one wants to pay for marketing, right? So how do you network? How do you market your game? Well, the idea would be that this isn't, like, it's not Instagram, right? Like, where anybody can join. It's like, no, you need to have a game, and you should be a game developer. You're not, like, you're an artist working on a game. And so I think it's gonna, like, wrap around into this idea that, hey, you start collaborating, you start creating teams on this social media service, and you have a game, and that game sits on a channel, and so that's be like on the RPG makers, or sorry, the RPG channel, and there'd be like subcategories of, hey, you know what, maybe I'm looking for an engine RPG maker. What's made with Unity? What's made with Unreal? And or you're looking for genres, like, oh, I'm looking for horror games, but horror games that were made in RPG Maker. And you can start searching, filtering out these categories, and each game has to have like set lists. And so you start switching up, like kind of like categories on Twitch, where okay, I want to look at software development, software and game development channels, people broadcasting that stuff. And then you can switch. So every time you like log into the app, you see that, say, oh, here's all these games. Okay, let me go back to my, I want to change my channel. I want to go to fighting games. I want to go to first-person shooters, adventure games, and your feed is just that, right? You actually have to manually exit out of that feed to change things. It would be for both. I want to say there's going to be like a two-part to it where you can view feeds, right? Just like YouTube and YouTube Studio, you can view. There would be like a dev channel, a game dev uh, tab, and then there would be like a follow tab or something, or watch tab. And on the watch tab, you get to see everyone else's feed, right? You can say, oh, like who's all That's where tuning in, changing channels, you get to see this, tune in your own feed, just like Instagram or Twitter. And but then you switch to your game dev, and then you can make posts, right? It'd be like your profile. You can make posts, but it kind of turns into a team thing. Like, oh hey, like I'm collaborating with so and so. We're making this game. So your game is what pops up, and it would show like this game is made by these creators, right? These developers. And so you're an artist, sound designer, whatever. You can have like different titles and such. Like I'm still coming out. Like that's what I want to do a little bit today, is go over those ideas. Need to find like a good whiteboard though that I can just attach to Jira. Yeah, there would be like, you would be able to see like just games, right? And it's like someone made this post, and it would post the team and say, hey, this is created by this team. And you know, everyone would be able to like, oh well, I'm the owner of this team, and they can add people, say, oh well, or tag people like, hey, I worked with this person, they were making the art, this person's making the sound, or I bought some art from this person. And so obviously, just like any social media app, it could get really big, but the focus is getting games to indie gamers, right? And I just want maybe like a diagram one. Is a smart draw. There we go. This might do it. I can only figure out how to get to these apps. I might just it just shows like it's getting connected. I'm just gonna use my whiteboard. Just Microsoft Whiteboard. Yeah, hopefully it is, right? It's a cool idea. But yeah, let's go brainstorming. So then again, I'm just gonna go from a blank sheet. Let's use this one. Lame. Okay. So we'll say like this is like game review. This is like the game dev. And then like team view. Because the idea is you're promoting games, like you're promoting your game. So like one thing, what was I saying? So you need to have like an account, so you want like a developer account. Need to be able to post images or photos. We'll put everything post videos. I don't know why this text is so small. That's okay. But all these posts are assigned to a game. Maybe let's just come up with a quick thing. So we'll say like, the way I was thinking about it was, you get like this. Let's just think about RPG Maker, right? Like RPG Maker itself. So we'll say like we're in the RPG Maker channel. And then you just get a bunch of feed. Some RPG game. This would just be like a little like app template. This is what Canva's for, but that's not working. I gotta try to find, if I'm gonna be making some more apps, I gotta find a good design tool. Because typically I'm not the one designing and I kind of just wing it for my own apps. So we'll say, let's do it. Change this color to like, I don't know, green. And we'll say channel. I'm gonna make more buttons. Should have just kept it like this. So this will be like channels. And like, yeah, I'm just gonna work on this for a little bit, kind of spit my ideas out, and then get back to my game. Maybe you call it like studio, which is like your profile. Your studio page, so you'll just see like stuff Um, but specifically for that channel, right? And that's all it is. It's like your feed is just stuffed with RPG Maker games. And let's go ahead and copy all this. This is where, like, we have a fighting channel, and maybe just like it's just like Twitch where there's just channels. Some indie fighting, right? So it's just like that. And then look at that again. And so it'll tell you like what channel you're in. This one will say channel selection view. And here this will be like different genres where it's just a list. This is where like those apps come in, like app designer apps. Let me see if there's free ones actually. Free. Figma. Is Figma free? I don't know if it's free. It's free. Let's get started for free. Use Figma, but yeah, it's paid. But that's okay. So here it is, right here, real quick. So this is Figma. I've used it at work before. We can design prototype like mobile apps. There's the whiteboard you can design, kind of brainstorm. So we're gonna do just the design. I haven't really like tried to design it before, but let's go with a mobile app. You can see like you get some templates here. You can just kind of like start putting a mobile app together. You get your settings, tools down here. I haven't really tried to design anything in it before, but and there's more templates, I guess. That's action sheets, and like you can pick like all the stuff. So I wonder if there's like a let me see if there's something here. So yeah, like this one, right? So following for you. And then is there going to be messengers? Like, is there going to be chat messages and everything, right? Activity, is there an activity feed? Like, when you think about like a mobile app like this, it gets large, right? Very fast. right? So obviously we're not gonna have anything like this. But as I get back into some app development, maybe I offer this. You know, I might start picking up contract gigs about see if I can find freelance gigs on job boards and whatever. So like a booking app, checkout service, a e-commerce shop. This is more like a dashboard. This one says social feed. So yeah, you want a social feed. So I think this is a good example. You can see how this app comes together, and you can even like scroll this. So in Figma, I think if I select this, I can hit play. Let's see if it does it. Yeah, so then you can like scroll. Oh, it's not functional. So you can make the design, the prototype functional, and you can like scroll, design it, and everything. So this is like pretty cool tool. But I'm not super familiar with it, so let's go ahead and try to make something new. Just grab that, we'll copy it. Maybe not. Let's see, I think. It seems super limited for the free version, so simple design system. I thought there was a way to not. I think it is just all thrown together. Get a rectangle here, something like that. There should be a way. Your dashboard. I just want to be able to duplicate this. Yeah, copy as code. There's like other stuff too that you can do. Here you go. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Copy, paste. Now we'll mess around with the looks and everything, right? And again, I'm just gonna develop in Swift UI because that's pretty fast. But like, there's like a search. We wouldn't have a search, right? There'd be like your channels, and that would be like a different app, and it would have a different thing. Check your tabs here. Like your game dev, maybe your activity bar, a post. And then that goes into like usability and everything, making things more accessible and faster, right? If you're always going on there just to post, does the post button need to be the first thing you see? Or do we don't care? Like you're a viewer, right? You're not a game dev. You're just looking for indie games, and you just want to follow indie games. You want to support them, whatever. Why would you need to post, right? You only post if you're a game dev, and so maybe there's different views for that, right? And I think an ad should be coming up soon. But let's go ahead and see. So that's what our post looks like. I'm gonna paste it again. And we're gonna say what does our like category selection look like, right? Because we'll have different views here. So I'm gonna delete this. Well, this header should probably be something else. We'll say and then let's go ahead and delete that. Let's see if there's like a list. There you go. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And you can see like Figma does some pretty cool stuff here. Auto magically. Right. We wouldn't want anything complex. I was hoping Figma would be a little bit nicer than this, but because this is more like a social feed still. And I want more just like a regular list. I can't believe it doesn't have that. I thought all this stuff was like pre-made. Maybe not. Maybe everything is just main. Over here learning Figma for no reason. It's Figma Basics. Drag a frame. Add text. Use typography. And change properties to... I think this is where like the border comes in. Let's see, fills. It says UI kits are always here. But that didn't look too good. Let's see what this. This is a little bit more better. Go back to this one. So like there's separate cards, but I want lists. It's actually more work. I thought those was like more automated. I don't see why it shouldn't be. So we can like have those categories, right? So like video game, genres, right? You can say like, and it'll be like adventure, whatever. Action. RPG. Maybe there's like something else too, which is like you can select sub channel, right? Then select Imagen. I guess these can be like all different filters you want, but I'm still trying to figure out how to group it, and I think channels is still the best way. So we can say, what did I do? And there's a bunch, right? There's like Game Maker. And you can like filter games based on these categories. So the other thing too would be, let's go ahead and create that your game, right? So your game it would just be, you just, yeah, you need to have channels, like category. It'll like have like an image of your game. I don't know if there's a way to, no. So maybe there'd be like some stock photo. Let's change that color. I'm just gonna do this quick. Game photo. Pardon my bad UI design. Just making this quick, right? And then, like, you can say... I don't know, like, what else is there? Like, you can have a description, links, description box. Let me see what this slice tool does. Didn't seem to do anything. Assets. So yeah, get your description box and then we'll say links or something. Links. And it'll just be like, actually, let's go to Steam, right? Let's check out Steam. And I was checking out the homies' Maui's game last week, because I could not remember it. Right? You can get links, description, and I guess, like, you'd want to, like, follow for updates, and I think that would be more like for notifications, right? Game engine. Release date. Maybe do like platforms. Biddies! Thanks, Trevor. Thanks for the biddies, man. You're awesome. Have the little confettis working and everything. Thanks, man. You guys don't already follow Dead Wolf. It's a variety streamer. I know he's been playing Elder Scrolls, and Monster Hunter was the last one I saw him play, so go check out his stream. Follow. And then I guess there could be like other like numbers here that say links. I don't know. Follow count. This is where like, yeah, looking at Instagram. Let's see. I don't know if I can. What do you mean? So, like, you check out my Instagram here, and you know, it tells you about the game, shows you the posts, and so I guess But I think it's more important to like showcase like, hey, this is who they are. I think that's really important. Kind of like what this is. But like how many people actually read that, right? But I think that's important to show, hey, this is the release date, platforms. Maybe if there's like a beta available, right? Um, Beta link or something. And then you can see like uh, I got links. Shows the likes and everything on the post, I guess. Got follows. This is also on web and not mobile too, so but like that's where like usability comes into play. Where I actually talk about like the design of this app and then get feedback. Um, and say like what do you guys think and so forth. Let me get this here and say devlog, because I think it should be more of a devlog than anything else, right? Say, hey, you know what, this is a devlog of things, right? And I'll make this prettier. I think it'll be easy to do in Swift UI once I got the layouts down. I'm just gonna delete this. Delete. There's no delete. Whatever. So like what other pages are there? I mean, it becomes a massive app, right? And like, let's just say like there's no messaging right now. At the very least, there needs to be, you have to be able to post. You have to be able to make an account, first of all. You got to be able to sign up and create and determine, are you a game dev or are you a gamer? And knowing that game devs can alternate between the two. There will be a gamer view and a game dev view. Exactly, yeah, we are both, so let me duplicate this. How do I change the name of this? Right, we are the all-powerful, the all-knowing. Oh, see, oh, okay, I see. So you can create a frame, and it'll create a frame for a specific phone. How do I rename this though? Here we go. So this one will be like game review, game dev view. Let's just go mess with this too. What I want. this is where, like, if I was a designer, I would just create all this stuff. But I don't want to spend that time doing it when I could just, like, code it. I just get the general idea of what this should be. So we don't... Maybe there should be a search option, but maybe that comes later. And you're like, oh, well, I know so-and-so's on here. Let me search their name, right? Right, so definitely still need, like, a search option, I guess. And then, so this is the game view. I wish there was a way to increase this size. I can barely see this. So the game view ends up just being, again, your game category. This is where, like, oh, it's like RPG Maker. It's like, do you want to look at RPG Maker games? Unity game. And you can just make some sheet. And it's gonna be like the studio name, right? Oh, you know what? I forgot to add that here. Studio. Well, it's not gonna be studio name. It's gonna be games, right? So, because there are gonna be devlogs. Maybe the name of the app should be like devlog or something. Something simple like that. And this is where, like, investors come in, like, oh, you know what? I need to I want to live stream. I want to add live streaming on here. Just like TikTok. TikTok does live streaming. And that's where, like, you have to have money to back this up. But, like, a good proof of concept. Like I was talking about in the Discord channel this morning. I was like, what if... I was like, just talk to Shark Tank. Go on Shark Tank and say, hey, man, I got this $1 million idea. And they're gonna be like, well, maybe it's $1 million idea, maybe it's not. Or maybe this is a place that publishers reach out to, or does it become like, hey, this is, you have to pay subscription fees to be on, right? Does it get so popular? And again, like, this is thinking ahead, getting ahead of myself too. If this is popular enough, you have to pay to be on it, right? You gotta say, hey, you know what? We subscribe. Yeah, he's gonna say, get out of here. Yeah, exactly. And, like, for sure, it's gonna be free, right? But, like everyone was saying, and it's true, like, hosting costs, data costs is expensive. When you talk about thousands of users uploading photos, uploading videos, it costs money, right? I don't know how much. I haven't looked at the costs. I've never done this is why I've never done a social media app myself, because I know it's gonna cost. Same thing with, like, AI, trying to make an AI app. All those AI apps cost money because it costs money to ping those AI servers, right? And get them to run their whatever, right? There are no free AI apps, right? There are no free AI services. No matter what you think, you might be using a free part of it. They're definitely, the big companies are using it, right? So yeah, exactly. Data is where the money's at, right? So so this is your selected category. It's gonna show like game name, because we follow game names, right? That's the concept. It's gonna be like some game image. And this is where, like, okay, so a lot of people use tags, right? Like every social media use tags. But the point is, like, you don't use tags here, right? Describe the image, right? And what you're doing. Your devlog, right? I'm gonna put that as a little. I think I can put comments here. I think this is a comment. Yeah. No tags needed, right? Because a lot of people are saying, like, well, you use tags to get, you search tags, you follow tags. That works on like all social media, right? But the point is that that's your category. Like you're just gonna, and then I guess the algorithm's just gonna show you like what's popular. So there's no more hashtags, right? Because if you think you need a hashtag, like maybe that needs to be part of the game dev blog, or like part of that data set, right? I might make it text expansive. No tags needed. Because then that's the other thing too, is that there are so many tags now, your stuff gets lost. Say, oh, I'm RPG Maker MB, MZ, I'm using Unity, indie game dev, indie game, Twitch, Steam, Wishlist, blah blah blah. And like so many tags now that you just put everything, right? And then you just get flooded either way. So no tags. That's should be like one of the promotions. It's like no tags. I'm tired of tags. No one uses them. Well, everyone uses them, and then that's the problem. How do I group things? That. I was saying if I can put this in front. Let's see. Bring to front. Right. And I think this also gives like a good idea, like if you do search by like RPG Maker and you see a game and you're like, there's no way that was made in RPG Maker. Or like it's maybe they're using Game Maker or Godot, and you just don't believe it, and so it makes you like intrigued more in what they're doing. And this expands into like other apps, like maybe there's more apps that get associated with this, like sister apps or other apps, right? But like that's just the goal here, right? And then obviously you can, everyone has ads, every social media app has ads now. You can like pay to promote it, but right now, I mean, I don't even know how I'm going to do the algorithm. Because once you get thousands of users, I mean, if I get $1 million or so, if this like hits off, then I'll hire a team to do all this. And I really thought, wish I could make this prettier. When are we gonna see a beta? Honestly, I could probably make this in like a week if I really focus on it. Maybe a week. It depends on like how serious and what I get in. Because taking photos is easy. Uploading it, syncing it, that's a bit harder to do. That is much harder to do. And if you do like batch photos, that's harder. Being able to sync with the database and fetch those files and then display them on like another device, like that is harder. And then working with compression, creating thumbnails, and video processing, all that stuff, that's the hard part. Everything else is pretty easy. So I think I could probably just create like a fake app that has, hey, like you have all these categories of games, and maybe it's just a data set, and then you're able to like just play around with it. I honestly probably could do this if, okay, so if no photo uploading, just like static data, I could probably do it in like 2 days. But I've also got like other things. I want to work on the Koitsugi game and wrap that up, so, but I want to think about this some more, get more people's feedback, so I might post it in your channel again, D7, and see what people think. I really thought Figma had pre-made stuff, pre-made assets. It does, but these ones, like, doesn't seem like, okay, think of like an iPhone app. iPhone. Yeah. Right, so this is what like a list should look like. I thought it had like a little widget or a little asset like this, because this is what it should look like. And then also, because it is on Apple, I would have to, maybe I can set up a stream on my MacBook and stream for my MacBook while doing this development. But I really thought it had that. So let me think. I gotta think. What the whiteboard I had. Oh yeah, the app, creating an account, things like that. Let me just close this. This is junk. So what else is needed? Like, no comments, saying like, okay, no comments. Just being able to like and follow, right? Because messaging gets tougher, but like that's easy with like a team, right? So what am I missing here? What am I missing? Let me see if there is. You get cards. Oh, see, this is a card right here. So let's see, like, delete this. So I'm gonna try to make this a little bit prettier, and then I'm gonna move on to Koitsugi. Let's just, I'm not gonna worry about, actually, I'm gonna worry about this. Just focus on this design. So this would be like, adventure. Then there'd be like some image here, and then let's go ahead and copy, paste. And then say action. What other like adventure games are there? And then it'd be like filters too. Maybe there will be additional filters. And say, well, I want action games, but I want 2D action games. So instead of like sub channel, maybe like select your filters. Select filters. And so let's say or and then I don't know. Or what else is there? RPG. Role playing. And maybe there's like no sub channel, right? Like maybe that's just in this list. There'll be action, adventure, and so forth. I don't know. That's gonna be like the part that I've got to like organize. Say like, what are those categories? Because adventure game, puzzle games, set shooter. Let me just copy some of these. Sims, battle royale, like that's more like a subcategory, right? Because it's a shooter, third person, but it's like a subcategory, I think. RPG, RTS, right? That's another one. And so we'll select filters 2. This is where like the little toggle is on. Let's see if there's any assets for that to make this a little prettier. Maybe like a little switch or something. Little toggle. Here we go. Text fields. Nope, not a text field. Tooltips. Menu, maybe. Chips, no. There's like a list dialog. I don't really like this one, but that's easy to do, right? Instead of using checkboxes, you just use toggles or switches, or a radio button too. So let's just get a list. Where'd that list go? Bring my list back. Right here. And then this one doesn't need these. Oops. So we'll say like game engine. What was the other one I said? 2D or 3D. Maybe you can go with like other categories of like it being released. Beta, maybe alpha, something like that. I can get in here. And yeah, this just becomes like data sets. This would be easy to make, but it's almost 1:30, so I'm gonna save this. I don't know, I'll call it devlog social. But like need to actually make like a login, a sign up page, things like that. I have done in the past, but I don't do them very often. I'm not usually like building apps from scratch. And if I am, they're usually like I stay away from like user databases because any of that information is sensitive. So let me just clean this up. No, I think this is okay for now. I'll clean it up later. Select filters. I'm gonna move this over here. And I know, I'm not sure how to use the prototypes in Figma. I don't know how. I think you can just say you can like add like a button link or something. Because this is a card, so I don't think it's meant to be a button. But I think you actually have to like click a button. Let's see, if you go to assets, button. Label. Prototype. Removing connection. Oh, here you go, like this. There you go. And then I think then I can put like a button here and say like continue or something. Oh no, I gotta go on design. I see. Next. And then go back to prototype. And then do this. And this is where like the little toolbar comes in. Let me see if I can get a toolbar back. Toolbar. Oh, that's fine. Let me go back to design. Hold on, wait. On click, trigger, navigate to... Yeah, yep. Did this one do that? Back to here. Oh yeah, it does, okay. Click, navigate, social feed. Let me rename this one. So it should be select filters. And from here, you can scroll, but I'll add a little toolbar. Here. I'm gonna change the color of this. Let's go to design. Color. Let's make it a little green. Because green's a cool color. And then I don't know where those icons came from. Assets. Let's see icons. Let's find like a channel icon. Icon. Boop. Let's add another one. Magnify. Maybe yes. Assets. Search. Like that. Then maybe like a cogwheel. Gear, I think it's called. No, what is it called? It's not a gear. Wheel. So this is in simple design. Simple design components. Oh, icons. Perfect. Little merge icons. Like we add little hearts right here. Okay, there you go. No comments, but you know we'll add it. A little comment. We'll just add a computer. Cool. And then the computer is what goes. Can I link that? Can that be a button? Yes, it can. Look at that. Oh, cool beans. Look at that. I'm learning. So what happens is I think I can just come back here to the social feed. Let's say select channel. We'll call this one social feed. Then I can hit play. And I don't have a back button, so I think I have to select this, then play from here. And so I think, yeah, so you can see that like you get that kind of functionality out of Figma. So I can click these, they don't do anything, but I'll click adventure, it goes here. I can toggle these on and off, blah, 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 right? Click next, and then cool, you know, adding the scrolling would be easy, and then just click that. I got my depth. So, I mean, for like something I threw together in like an hour, that's not too bad. I'm gonna take a screenshot. No tags needed. I'm gonna put this in your Discord, D7. So that's good. Gotta remember I'm using Figma. Hopefully they're like, don't just surprise me with like a bill. I didn't put any card information in, but let's go open up. I should have kept it open while I was waiting. No rise and fall to do BKS. There should be an update. I think I saw Blind Cat push some updates. And what this does too, right? So just like Twitch, let me see, where is Twitch? Internet you. Wait for that boot up. Yeah, just like Twitch, right? You get categories, right? Oh, heroic's still on. Cool. You get categories. Where you browse. You can browse, right? So you get all these, right? So RPG Maker has 34 viewers, and this will like. I think this is something we could do too, right? Show analytics to developers and say, hey, this is how many people, like, over month to month, year to year, tune into RPG Maker, tune into horror, tune into Unity, or like Godot, right? Like, what are the popular engines? What are the popular genres that of people using this app, right? Um, those are like analytics easily we can get, right? And like that would be an important thing to do. Um, no, just like user data. So like people that are logging in, people like what channels are they tuning in? Like so like Twitch here, you can see like currently so like software and game development has 391,000 followers, right? But only 2,500 people are viewing right now, right? And you can see who's viewing right now, who's live. 391,000 is a lot, right? Let's look at RPG Maker, right? RPG Maker's got 18,000, but I've never seen it go higher than like 1,000 viewers. And rarely does it go above like 100 viewers, right? There's got to be some event going on that someone's getting a thousand viewers, right? And we got a shout out, Heroic Zephyr here. Um, she's got 24 of those viewers. She's got 2/3 of those viewers right now, right? And Coronus, of course, got to give him a shout out. I don't know who this is, but shout out to all. Like we've got 3 streamers, right? This goes into that live content that I was talking about. Like, do you want to maybe in the future if it's like if we get investors um, going live, right? You can go. Not only do you go live on Twitch, but you're going live on a platform that's dedicated to indie game devs, and so people who are tuning in, can check that out. But like this is your cap, right? You can never have more than, I mean, you could, but in actuality, you probably won't see, like, doesn't matter if you have 50,000 followers, like, maybe you'll see a fraction of this, right? And that's just the category, right? You know, if we look at Marvel Rivals, it's 26,000. Oblivion's got 46,000. Expedition, I haven't even heard of this game. What is this? It has 49,000. This is a new game. I've never seen this before. But yeah, you know, it's just knowing like your target audience, right? Open up the console. Which console? Like my Windows console? Oh, on Google. Okay, hold on, let me see. I forget where that's at. Is it under tools? I rarely bring it up. Inspector, that's right, that's what it's called. Where is it? Am I blind? Can I just like inspect the window? No. Yeah, I don't think they'll show. Where is it though? I thought I could. Oh, I could just right click on inspect. That's right. I remember. What are we looking at? The network. Don't look at my address, guys. I don't even know if that's right or not. Yeah, let's see. Inspect, and then I'll refresh. Network. Refresh. Right, and so this is like what happens, right, on the back end. Like people don't even notice, and like Twitch has issues, right? Being able to pull all these images, like screenshots, thumbnails, right? So going live and having that kind of live category is definitely going to be tough. Like running Twitch costs money, right? Again, there's got thousands and thousands of viewers, so have to have money. Gotta have money. So I mean, if this is, I think if I pass this along to friends in the game dev community, and people like it, I'll reach out to like investors. I think this is something I'm really interested in. There's been a couple projects I'm really interested in, but I think this is one worth doing. Yeah. Yeah, but like, I'll be making the app, so like, I don't even need to do network requests, right? I just log it. Yeah, so like, and I think it's just something like, hey, you know what? Every time you go to the app, and maybe that's something like, you know, user scenario, like Schedule 1, right? Shit just came out. This thing is hitting. How does it get 45,000 followers, bro? Guys. Like this straight up is just using a bunch of assets from the asset store. But good for them. Good for them. Make it happen, right? Make it happen. I want to see someone remake Schedule 1 in RPG Maker. I'll post it in the chat. Watch. Yeah. Excuse me. Right. Yeah, like, how did that get so popular out of nowhere, you know? Anyways, let's go back, take some game dev. update. The other thing I was working on. I think this is what I was supposed to be working on today. I'll get to work on it with this. So I was trying to get my ideas down about the movement system. And so we'll say like drift provides a direction and it provides a speed. And I need to look at the movement system a bit more. Then we have our slowdown, which doesn't provide a direction, it just provides a speed value. Dash only does speed value, and then movement, which is our input, will provide a direction. Okay? And so let me take a look at this. I think there's a bug. I'm gonna rework. I'm not gonna rework the movement. I want to analyze it some more. Because I don't like this. I thought this was gonna be okay, but this does. But I think input does need to drive speed, right? So there's the idea. So what we want to do is input. We have a direction, right? Input is also going to be provides the speed. So if we input 1, like we're moving, speed is set to 1, and then we dash, it should, maybe this is just an issue with the dash, maybe I need to revamp the dash. Because drift will apply a speed Actually, I think it currently supplies a force, and I think that's something else I wanted to think about. Because there's a force added. Let's see. How does this work? So target speed is movement times target speed times the speed multiplier. We got target rotation. That's gonna change too, so that we can move and look at different things. We don't have to look at our direction. It's just gonna be enhanced a bit. The target velocity is magnitude of movement times the target speed. Velocity is movement, rigid body 2D. What's the point of this? So movement x is the velocity difference times rate of change. It's greater than 0. Gotcha. Deceleration. Let's see. Look at that. Lock that right there. Can I click the lock? Come on. We add a tab. So acceleration's 2, deceleration's 2.6, target speed's 5.79. So target speed would eventually like be 0 if we stop moving, right? Which is why we use the speed multiplier. For the dash, right? The thing is that we have this adjusted force too, and this is for the drift. And that's because we have our movement. Snooze those ads. We have movement, and it could be applied in a different direction, right? Right, and I think that's fine. Because then we have, so movement direction and speed, and then we have like force, which this doesn't go right anywhere. It's part of the base class. So there's like an element multiplier too, which I think about that some more. Is there no dark mode? So the issue becomes like inputs 1. It can be 1 or 0, right? We're moving. Slowdown applies and says, well, whatever speed is half it, or decrease it by X amount. Then dash says, well, increase speed by X amount. So you get all these modifiers, and which is the correct one to use, right? So if speed is 0, dash will increase it, but if speed's 0, like obviously you don't slow down. So you need to multiply all of it, right? So input could be 0 times dash would be, it'll just make everything 0. I think drift doesn't, drift uses the force. Uses adjusted force. Let me write that down. So I think what's happening, I can think about this, is I move, I dash, and then I let go of the button, and this sets my speed to be 0. Right? And it overwrites what the dash is doing. So we can say input times dash speed times slowdown, right? And that's where the element comes in, you know? And what ends up happening is input ends up being 0, even though dash might be like 2, slowdown's like 0.5, right? Which is where like the element kind of fix comes in, but if we have input, so we should just have like an input speed, right? So it ends up becoming, let's move this out. What does speed end up becoming, right? We'll break that up here. Delete all these arrows. Speed is, let me break this up some more. Ends up being like input speed and then I don't know, like enhanced speed. Speed. I'll just put dash speed, but maybe that becomes some kind of other enhancement. But there'll be dash and there'll be like jump. And then I'll just say slow down, but say like ailment. And yeah, so I think that's what needs to happen. And the only time that speed is ever 0 is when everything's 0, right? If there's an enhancement speed causing you to move, dash provides an enhancement speed, slow down. And then I think there's like, goes into the issue of like, well, what if there's like do they stack? How do they stack? And that goes into like the functionality of like increasing, decreasing ailments and enhancements. Drift provides an ailment speed. Actually, it just provides a direction and a adjusted force. That's where like, okay, do these need to be adjusted forces too? Because thinking about like acceleration, deceleration, you know, we decelerate at the half the speed. But I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break, and be right back. I'll take a piece.
the doctor to heal them for free, the farmer to feed them out of charity. How little they differ from the pervert who prowls the streets looking for a victim he can ravish for his grotesque amusement.